So basically, my message is, as the accounting profession, we need to not only come up with data that's accurate, meaningful, and audited so that people can trust it. Why is that important? Because the people need access to fairness. Fairness. That's probably the best word that the accounting profession uses when it attests to something. You know, financial statements are presented fairly, but are we being fair to the next generation when we not only fund these, we don't fund these things, we don't even report the numbers. Now, you might say, well, wait a minute, Joe, the GAO has the statements, they put them out. Yeah, I read those. Last year was 236 pages. But where were these numbers? And every number I give you here is not my creation. They're from either the Congressional Budget Office, the GAO, someplace that I can put my fingers on. But I just wanted you to understand that the biggest challenge we face today is we're spending money we don't have, we're borrowing from countries we don't trust, and we may be giving up the American dream that brought my family here in 1929 with no education, a poor farming village in Italy, and couldn't even speak English. But yet, I'm his oldest child, and here I am. That means America does work. We want it to continue to work, so people have access to education and then opportunity. This is the interest on the national debt. My big point is that we are on a road to a disaster because interest will go up. The interest rates now are very low, but the deficits are increasing. If you look at the CBO numbers for the next 10 years, so look at 1926, you're looking at large deficits. They expect to have a national debt on the cash basis in 2026 of $29 trillion plus. That's a lot of money. Look at the interest costs. Now, when you see look at 2017, 7.5% is not the interest rate. That's the percentage of the spending of about $4 trillion in 2017. So there it is, 7.5% of that. You're looking at very big numbers as you go up, because now you're looking at the interest, which is basically a mandatory expense, just like Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. What does that leave for discretionary? This is the federal budget in big numbers. Almost 1 trillion, fiscal year 2017, and look at mandatory, the green. So you've got 62.9%. You can't change it. No matter what you try to do, that has to be spent. Otherwise, there's a default. Add the interest on the debt, 7.5, you're up to 70%. Now, what does Congress deal with? All they can deal with is 30%. Discretionary spending, 1.2. But as the interest goes up, and it's going up substantially in 10 years, where's it going to come out of? It cannot come out of the mandatory, it's got to come out of discretionary. The danger to us, in one way, this is now discretionary. This is the 30%. Look at military. Military is 54%. What's going to happen to national defense and national security? This is a danger. Because the rest of America, veterans benefits, education, government agencies, HUD, Medicare and Health Administration, international affairs, everybody says let's cut out foreign aid. Foreign aid is nothing compared to the rest of the $4 trillion or even the amount of the discretionary. But politically, that becomes something that's easy to talk about. We're not talking about how we can save real money. Basically, again, the big picture. The U.S. GDP this year is approximately $18 trillion. Total GDP for the world this year is estimated to be almost 90 trillion. So we're a big part of that. But look at the debt securities. Now this is cash basis U.S. Treasury bills, 19.4 trillion. If you took the accrual that we have today and added to that 55 trillion, or numbers like that, 19 plus the accruals is 72 trillion. That you can get on the GAO statements. That's basically 4 times. If you look at 18 times 4, that's about $72 trillion by coincidence. So we are really, on the accrual basis, spending and promising 4 times the national debt of the United States of America, but no one wants to talk about that. They even dumb it down further. They don't say that the debt on the cash basis is 19. They say it's only 12 because the other difference is in the Social Security trust funds. These are privately held treasury bills that are put there, the IOUs. Don't forget, we don't have a trust fund. It's just an earmarking. The money is spent. As soon as it comes in, that's again another misnomer, and it was used by many politicians to get elected. So you can see, in a way, we're scamming the people by not putting this information in front of them. This was an Arthur Anderson booklet that I participated in writing, that the cash basis system allows elected officials to attract votes by not giving you all the information, and in effect, the next generation is the victim because we are currying favor with today's taxpayers and voters at the expense of the next generation.